Introducing my first ever entry into the land of hi-fi audio. About 2 weeks ago, Kiwi Ears sent us this Orchestra Lite earphones. This is a pair of in-ear monitors that I thought, hey, since it has the name Orchestra in it and I like to listen to orchestral music like big band jazz and whatnot, then this should be the perfect pair of earbuds, right? Well, looking at the website, this pair of earphones will go for $250 a pop and is available in 5 different colors. However, there are also 2 different fits to choose from, so you can go for either custom IEM or universal IEM fitting. This is up to your personal preference, so if you want a better fit, then you may want to opt in for either of those 2 options instead of this vanilla one. Of course, they will cost more as well. The unboxing experience is pretty interesting, I should say. Once we got the box open, we are presented with the earbuds themselves. They are sitting in this piece of foam and they can be removed easily. So we just do that right now. And underneath here we have the documentation, which is not really that useful. Then we have the hard shell case and everything else is housed inside this case here. Inside this hard shell case, we have a super pure and high quality 4-core 7N oxygen-free copper cable that is 1.5 meters in length. We also have 3 more different packs of ear tips that we can choose from. And yeah, let's just go through each part one by one. Starting with the ear tips first. I don't really have any idea why they gave us a total of 3 different packs of ear tips. They seem to have slightly different hardness levels, and eventually I did opt in for the smallest size ear tips with the softest tip because this fits me the best, so I just decided to use this. The earbuds themselves though, they have a pretty insane list of specs. It has 8 balanced armatures inside, 2 Kiwi Ears customized high frequency armatures, 4 more customized mid frequency armatures by Kiwi Ears as well, and 2 Knowles armatures for the low frequency sound. The Orchestra Lite only has an impedance of 18 ohms and that is gonna be really easy to drive. And oh, the build quality of these things are extremely good. The entire earphone is molded out of epoxy resin with 0 bubbles inside, and all of the components are just encased in resin. So there's literally no chance of any components damaged by oxidation or anything like that. The earphones also uses these 2-pin connections, which is pretty typical in the world of hi-fi audio, so you can swap out this cable if you want something else. And I understand why some people would opt in for different cables, because for this cable in particular, it only terminates to a 3.5mm audio jack. Yeah, I have seen other cables like this that convert into a 4.4mm or 2.4mm audio jacks. And better yet, I would just wish them to have a USB-C port here instead, so I can plug in my phone, MacBook, or even just iPad, tablets. And now even iPhones are using USB-C, right? So why not just give us USB-C? And this cable is actually really lightweight and it's also really flexible, so that's a really good thing to have. For me, I plugged in this pair of earphones into this deck here that I got from a Gigabyte motherboard. This deck uses ESS Sabre DAC, and from what I can see here, this seems to be a pretty high quality deck. I plugged in this earphone into a variety of different audio sources, from my phone to the MacBook Pro, and this pair of earphones, they just sound fantastic actually. The bass is there, but it's not overwhelming, and the mids are just magnificent. The trebles are also very clean, and the trumpets and cymbals and all of the big band jazz that I listen to is clean and has no distortion at all. Though I do think that the high frequency trumpet sounds could go a little bit higher. It doesn't sound as lively as I like it to be, as in, I don't know how to describe it. It's not really that, it's a bit muffled, I think. Yeah. And some people might say that this type of sound signature is very flat and boring, but that is actually what I prefer. And since I do listen to a lot of big band jazz, like Benny Goodman's Sing 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 sounds absolutely astonishing. Given that some parts of the song is a bit loud with all the instruments playing, it's amazing that I can hear all of the instruments playing separately when I plug in this pair of earphones. And yeah, the soundstage is surprisingly good in this case here, but I have heard better ones, because for this pair of earbuds, I think the soundstage is like, it's quite tight, more like. The stereo soundstage is not that wide. And there's also some pressure built up with this pair of earbuds as well, because while I was wearing it, I did feel some discomfort. So I googled, and a lot of people said that that is because this pair of earbuds is not vented. So yeah, that means you're gonna get better sound isolation, but you're not gonna get that comfort with vented earbuds. So yeah, that is something for you to consider, whether or not you prefer this type of design or a vented one. However, packing everything back into the case though is gonna be a bit more complicated, because this hard shell case is not really that tall, so you can't really put in the earbuds, the cable, and also the ear tips together in the case, because it will just not fit that well. Overall, I have to say that the Kiwi Ears Orchestra Lite sounds amazing. I do wish there is a USB-C version, so we can just plug it directly into an iPhone or Android, whatever. Either way, for the price of $250 from what I've seen, some other hi-fi reviewers have said that the price of the Orchestra Lite is surprisingly worth it. I don't have any other pair of earphones that are around this kind of level to gauge the price. And yeah, what I can say is that the sound coming out of this pair of earphones is very good. So if you want to check this out, I'll leave links down in the description below. I chose the green color because I think the green color looks amazing. And to that one guy who asked if some of those TWS will sound good or not with all of the jazz music and whatnot, maybe you should consider getting this type of earbuds, because even though it does have a wire, you can control the sound signature coming out of this type of earbuds a lot easier, because you can choose your own DAC, and then after that you don't have any software to mess with, so everything is just directly you communicating with your music player app on your phone or your PC or whatever player, then tune your EQ from there. And since this one has a flat sound signature, it's easier for an EQ to drive it to whatever sound you want. So yeah, that's it. That's all we have to share with you. If you have any questions regarding this pair of earbuds, then do leave them down in the comment section below. We'll see you guys in the next one.